What's up, family, and welcome back to another episode of the Melanin Wellness Podcast. For this Movember episode, we are talking about holistic healing for men. In holistic healing covers the mind, muscle, and mood. And too often men are focusing solely on their physical strength, but they're avoiding and ignoring the mental health and the emotional wellness. So today we're going to break down how all three of these areas are connected and why addressing them together creates a stronger, more balanced man. But before we get started, I want to pause and say thank you. Thank you to every man who has been tuning in and is choosing to care for more than just his muscles, who's open to conversations about the mind and the mood too. That willingness takes courage, and it is so encouraging to see. It's how the real healing begins. And thank you to the women, families, and friends who keep encouraging and promoting the men in their lives to look at wellness from all angles, not just the physical. I am grateful that we get to walk this holistic path together and, get into some healing. Now, let's get started. Mental wellness is just as critical as your physical wellness. So men are less likely to seek help for anxiety, depression, or stress, which can lead to burnout, low energy, imbalanced hormones, like all the things that we've been discussing this month, and strained relationships. Simple strategies like journaling, meditation, therapy, or just talking to trusted friends can dramatically improve that mood and that resilience. Because you can't have one without the other, really. It's like trying to build a house on a shaky foundation. So let's get into a little bit of why this is. So we're going to talk about the stigma of it all. And I know that you guys have probably heard about this time and time again, but it is really a thing. The whole men don't cry or the tough it out mentality. That's whack. Because for generations, guys have been told that showing emotion is a sign of weakness somehow. And this cultural pressure cooker leads to men being less likely to seek help for things like anxiety or depression. They will bottle it all up. And that is often a recipe for disaster. It's not about being weak. It's about being smart and being proactive about your overall health. Now, there's a domino effect here because, when men don't deal with their mental health, it doesn't just go away. You don't just wake up one day and, whatever I'm dealing with is just magically going to vanish into thin air and no longer be a thing. That's not how this works. What happens is it manifests itself in other ways, whether it's stomach disturbances, headaches, anger, irritability, checking out. Like there's so many ways in which it can manifest itself into the forefront of your life. And so that burnout that I was talking about a few minutes ago, that's another way that it shows up. It's a very real thing for many men, and it can tank your career, your goals, and your health. That low energy, it's messing with your testosterone levels. It's absolutely going to be a thing. It makes it hard to hit the gym when you don't have energy. I've said it before. When I'm tired, I don't care about working. I don't feel like it. It makes it hard to go for a run. It makes it hard to even just get out of bed some days. And that is the zone we want to avoid. Also, those strained relationships, that's probably the most heartbreaking part of it all. Because when you are not addressing your own personal issues, you're more likely to take it out on other people. You're more likely to withdraw, to not be an active participant in what's going on with your families. You won't be present in the moment. It's hard to be good partner, friend, or family member when you are not well yourself. It's this vicious cycle that just keeps getting worse and worse until something breaks. Muscle health isn't going to fix that. It's not just about looking good, because muscle health supports that metabolism. It supports that mental clarity. It supports all of it, right? So your mood is connected to both your mind and your body. So please remember that. Please remember that. All right, let's get into some strategies. The good news is that you don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Like, sometimes I think that when people start hearing things that apply to them, they often are like, okay, well, let me do something. But then there are these attempts to change everything immediately. And that's not the way it works, because this didn't happen overnight, right? It didn't, this pressure cooker, this stress, this anxiety, and none of that happened overnight. It built over time. So you have to approach the strategies to correcting it in the same manner over time. So one of the things that I absolutely love and I believe firmly in, because I've seen it at work for men, for women, for teens, like everybody, and that's journaling. It isn't just for women. It's not just for teenage girls with crush problems. It is a legit way to process your thoughts and your feelings. Just getting it all out on that paper can be incredibly freeing, because nobody ever has to read it. So you can say it how you mean it. You can say it how you want to. Let it out. Because unless you allow someone to come into that sacred space to read what you've written, nobody will ever see it. That's one of the things that I love about mine. And I love the fact that everyone in my house has a journal and they use it and it's theirs. No, there is no violation of it. We all understand and respect that is their sacred space. So I'm telling you, writing it down. I mean, you can think about it as small as a to-do list. Anytime I write a to-do list down, which I do every single night before I go to bed, part of my journaling is writing a to-do list for what I need to do the next day. And the reason I do that is because that means I won't go to bed with it on my mind. I'm releasing it to the paper. When I do that, I sleep better. Just food for thought. Next up is meditation. It might sound a little out there for some folks, but it really is just about training your brain to calm down, to relax. Okay, cool out. A few minutes a day can help manage that stress and anxiety, because training your brain how to react in moments of stress and pressure is critical to how you're going to react to it. There are tons of free apps and videos. I'll link some down in the show notes for you that you can use, easy to get to, because it is really that serious. There are so many things going on in the world today, and there's this constant 24/7 news cycle of absolute nonsense that is not helping mental health. And if you don't take the time and find strategies and things to help you better cope with and deal with it, in addition to your personal issues and struggles, it's just a pressure cooker waiting to explode. Next up is therapy. All this entire series, all month long, I have continuously put resources at the bottom of the episodes in the show notes, because those are mental health resources and those are critical. Those are for you to peruse at your leisure, but they are there for you and they will continue to be there for you. Because let's be real, therapy is not a sign of failure. It is an act of courage. It really is. It is like having a personal trainer for your mind. That professional can help you develop tools and strategies to navigate whatever life is throwing at you. That's what they are trained to do. That's what they're there for. It is a bigger show of courage to say I'm not okay and do something about it than to suffer in silence, because then everybody pays. And finally, talk it out. A support community. So while this is such a simple tool, it's hard for many people to do. Finding a trusted friend, your partner, family member, just anybody that you feel comfortable sharing with can be a game changer. You don't need them to solve your problem. You just need them to hear you out. Just a reminder that you're not alone and you're going to get through this. It's a game changer. My family and I, we pride ourselves on being that for one another. Because sometimes it's not as serious as needing to go pay a copay, go sit in somebody's office and drop that. Sometimes it ain't that serious. Sometimes it's just I just need to get this out real quick. I just need to vent. And that's where your support team, your support community comes in. So encouraging men to prioritize their mental wellness is not just about feeling better. It is about living a fuller, more resilient life, because we all want to be around for a while. We got families and loved ones that we want to see. We got kids we want to see grow up. We want to become grandparents. Like, getting old is the goal, okay? But we want to be healthy and be able to enjoy that part of our life once we do get there. It's about empowering you to show up as your best self for your friends, your family, your partner, but more importantly, for yourself. All right? Now, even though we talked about all of those things, I want you to understand that there is always going to be a community there to support you. We've got community. We chat in the show, down in the comment sections. So if you want to drop something, it's cool. It's cool. Drop something down there. Drop a question. Drop a comment. We are all here and trying to get through this thing together. Okay? All right, family, that's your holistic wellness check. Start small, a few mindful minutes, a short meditation, a quick workout, a 30-minute walk every single day. Every day, just one. We don't have to do all of those things at the same time. Just one. Just add just one. And watch how it turns into a consistent habit. And then once it turns into a consistent habit, then you add more. Okay? All right. Share this episode with somebody that you care about. Subscribe to the show. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? We got good stuff over here. Don't forget to rate the show on your favorite podcast platform and turn on that notification bell if you're watching us over on YouTube so that you never miss when we drop a new episode. All right, family. True strength comes from balance. Be well, family. Until next time.